make no sound, ear to ground. Darkened skies are on their way, head in the clouds, thunder sounds. Find me every last escape. Help me understand how we rise until we fall. Pleading head in hands, I want it all. I want it all. Help me understand how we rise until we fall. Broken heart of sand, I want it all. I want it all. Ooh, ooh, I want it all. I want it all. Hello, and today we're doing Premier League predictions for match day 29 of the 2020-21 season. That was the song of the weekend. It's Want It All by Keely Bumford, Boris Nonte, and I think that's it. Yeah, Greg Lerman as well, apparently. But that is an absolute tune. It's got to be said. Want It All, that one. So yeah, hope you have enjoyed. And I'm joking. I'm gonna stay with you. Don't worry. So that was the song of the weekend. The theme of the weekend, though, that's a little bit more difficult. But this time around, just because it's a small game week, I'm going for a small theme. And that is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the film. Okay, and the colour of the week this week is going to be blue. And that is specifically light blue. Right, let's get into our predictions. Before we do, we're going to look back at last week, see how we got on. I've got to be honest, people. I've got to be honest. It wasn't a memorable one. It simply wasn't. And I've actually realised that I've completely worried and forgotten about the theme of the week. So scrap what I said. The theme of the week is instead Horrid Henry. Okay? But the rest of the things, the songs and the colours, remain the same. So we are on a very decent score overall now of 569 points. I'm pretty sure that's right, if I can remember it rightly. But the main thing is, last week we got ourselves one correct score in the Man City win over Fulham. We also got correct results in the Liverpool win and the Leicester win over Sheffield United, and a correct goal difference in Manchester United's victory over West Ham. So we'll take that. Not brilliant, but it's solid. So that means we're on 569 points, and we are in first. That's right, because fair play, Douglas. I scored 19 points this week, whereas you scored a very impressive 22. So that has closed the gap considerably, and now it's just a nail-biting 7 points splitting us. So you're in second with 562. In third, it's Jack with 37. And fourth takes up Nathan with 20. So let's get into this round of games. And we had a North London derby in the last week, and it was a big win for Arsenal, of course. Bit of a nightmare for Tottenham, and especially for Heung-min Son, having to go off injured with a muscular problem. And then on comes Eric Lamela. He scores a Rabona. What a goal. And then he gets sent off. Classic Eric Lamela performance, that is. But anyway, generally I think Spurs will be happy about that. But they go into this weekend facing Aston Villa. So could that be tougher? Who knows? But we are going to kick things off this Premier League match day with a game between Fulham FC and Leeds United. So let's get into that one to begin with. So, Fulham against Leeds. Well, it's a tough one to call because ultimately both these teams haven't been on the best of form. Leeds have, considering the way they started the season, not been scoring as many goals. And Fulham have actually been quite a bit better defensively, and that's what's seen them have this late push to try and stay up. They're only 2 points behind Newcastle, so it's very, very interesting indeed. Of course, Fulham do have a game in hand, well, a game over Newcastle. Newcastle have got an extra game to play, so you know that factor has got to come into it. But still, it's a chance for Fulham here against a Leeds team that can be a bit inconsistent. But we know Leeds can play very well on their day. Haven't got a win in the last 3, but I think that it can change here. I think that this is the sort of game people will expect to be high scoring, and I actually don't think it will be. I think that it will be very narrow, but ultimately it's enough for Fulham to lose the game, and I shall say Fulham FC 1, Leeds United 2. And goals in this game I think will come with a whipped in cross from Rafinha, from a Patrick Bamford header to kick things off, and then I think that Fulham will actually equalise, and well, who do I think will be the man to do that? And again, it's always difficult because with Fulham, you know, they're a good team and they always give it their all, but will their players actually get, goals, and will they actually play? That's the question. But I think the equaliser will come for defender Ola Aina, and then we will see the winner for Leeds come from Stuart Dallas, and it will be a very nice goal to make it Leeds United 2, Fulham 1 at Craven Cottage. Okay, let's move on to the game next up between Brighton and Newcastle. And this is the Saturday night football. By the way, the Leeds game is actually on Sky Sports. So for once, we get a game of Sky on a Friday night. Usually it's BT. But of course, there's only 4 games this week. So yeah, it's a much quicker video this time. But Brighton against Newcastle. Again, I would say this is quite a tight one. I don't see there being many goals here. I think that maybe the Aston Villa one could be a 0-0. But certainly, I think this has probably got more chance of that happening. I really don't know, to be honest. But I'm going to go for a narrow Brighton win. Because I think if any team's winning this game, it's going to be Brighton. Newcastle have been in awful form. I mean, injuries haven't helped them. But still, their squad depth is struggling. They've still got Callum Wilson out. And I think that ultimately they're just not keeping enough clean sheets. So I shall say Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Newcastle United 0. And goal scorers in the game, Leandro Trossard, and a goal from defender, that is Lewis Dunk. Now it's a game between West Ham United and Newcastle. Arsenal. We just had Newcastle. No, this is a very tasty London derby, and I think it'll actually be the best game of the game week. The reason I'm for that is that both West Ham and Arsenal like to attack, and Arsenal will be happy after their win over their big rivals Spurs. And I think that ultimately Arteta got the team right. He got the selection right. You could argue it's a bit controversial to drop Aubameyang, but if he's turned up late, to training or to the match, he's got to serve his punishment. He's done that now, and he'll be hoping to get back in his good books. And I would imagine he would start this game against West Ham. Obviously, playing tonight in the Europa League, Arsenal, but yeah, they're going to try and keep their players fresh ahead of this Sunday 3 o'clock kickoff. It's an odd time on a Sunday, but I guess there is FA Cup action as well to squeeze in. So, talking of FA Cup, will I get them done? Will I get it done on Friday or on Saturday? I don't even know at this point, but I'm prioritising Premier League and Championship for tonight, and we will see how it goes. But with this game, I think that West Ham, this is probably one of their best chances to do something against Arsenal. Arsenal, they have come off the back of a North London derby win, but I just feel Arsenal's defence still has frailties in it, even if they can score goals of their own through the likes of, Aubameyang and Lacazette. So I think this could be entertaining, but I'm going to sway towards West Ham. It's bold, it's brave, but we're going to go for it. We're going to say West Ham United 3, Arsenal 2. And goal scorers in this one. The first will be Aaron Cresswell with a wonderful free kick bent into the top left corner. No chance for Bird Leno. Then Arsenal equalise through Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Then Arsenal go ahead, turn the game on its head with a goal through Alexandre Lacazette, who loves to play against the London clubs. Then West Ham get an equaliser of themselves, for themselves, and that comes through the forward, Michail Antonio. And the third goal of the game comes from the recently recalled for the England 2022 World Cup. It is going to be Jesse Lingard. Jay Lings is back with a menace. And finally, we have Aston Villa versus Spurs. And this is the late Sunday kickoff, 7:30 on Sky Sports once again. Now, Spurs will come into this very, very disappointed by that Arsenal game. You know, they got lucky, Arsenal at points with the Kane hitting the post and also, you know, the chance that really should have been a goal, but it was marginally offside. But Spurs, yeah, they just struggled to you know, have momentum in the game. Maybe the Son injury hurt them, but Spurs are still a good team to watch this season. They still score goals. Aston Villa, well, they're defensively quite solid, but, you know, with the likes of Spurs going to Villa Park, it could be a tough one for Aston Villa. So I think another entertaining game here, and I think that there'll be twists and turns, but I'm backing Spurs to get the victory. So we'll say Aston Villa to win this one by 2-1. And goal scorers here, we shall say the first goal of the game comes from, if he's fit, that is, Jack Grealish. If he isn't fit, it will be a goal from Matt Targett. And then Spurs will equalise, and that will be through the absolute goal machine, Harry Kane. That's right. Harry Kane, I should say. Say it properly. Will get the equaliser because he's just quality. And then I think the second goal for Spurs, another tough one, but I'm going to go with Gareth Bale to get the winner for the away side. And that wraps up my predictions for match day 29. It's been brief, I know, but that's the nature of this game week. We shall see who gets the goals. I've got a feeling that there'll be some goals around for the likes of Ola Aina and Bale and maybe even Joel Linton. Who even knows? That Newcastle team is going to be desperate for some points on the South Coast. And it's going to be interesting to see which way it swings. I think people like, you know, Stuart Dallas is in great form and he could carry that on against Fulham. Equally, Kieran Tierney, you know, very good assist against Spurs the other game. And Leandro Trossard, what a goal it was to win it against Southampton. So he'll be hoping for more, you know, points and more, you know, more points for the team and more goals for him. And Josh Maja, don't forget him as well. He's going to be a big threat against Leeds. So we'll see how that pans out. But generally, I think that the likes of Target, the likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Antonio could be all lethal this game week. So let's see what happens. But that is my Premier League predictions done. It's easy to get confused, people. But thanks for watching, and we shall see you in the next one, which will be Championship predictions.